Welcome to Wake Up West Palm, where we talk all things downtown West Palm Beach, and you get to meet some of the incredible people and businesses in our beautiful community. Today, I am joined by Thierry, who is the restaurant proprietor for Pistache. Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to be here in your gorgeous restaurant.
Thank you.
Tell us about Pistache, such a staple in downtown West Palm Beach.
It's become, yes. Well, we opened in 2008. So we celebrated 16 years. And I think we've achieved exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to be a restaurant that's casual yet sophisticated, that's truly French, but still knows how to respond to our guest demands, and approachable by all. We could be a place for power lunch. We could be a place for a leisurely afternoon lunch, or for a casual dinner. Yeah.
You have it all, and you couldn't be in a better location. I mean, it's incredible where you are, right on the waterfront, and you've been here since 2008. So obviously you've seen a lot of changes.
We have.
What kind of changes have you seen, and how has it impacted your business?
Well, so when we first opened, we didn't have a waterfront park. We only had a big library that was actually obstructing the view to the water. That's actually what attracted us to downtown, where the city and the Downtown Development Authority had the vision of opening up Clematis and the city to the waterfront. And we were really interested with that concept. It's very hard to get any waterfront properties around. So like, all right, well, we're not far. We can see the Intracoastal. And it turned out to be a great vision, because the city did open up to the waterfront, did get like a renewed attraction from all the people from around the county. And so
And
I guess a good decision.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you have been here this entire time, so seen a lot of changes. Obviously, people love coming here, and the ambiance is incredible. You said that you were very intentional about creating this type of brand, and you can feel it right when you walk in, which is amazing. Tell us a little bit about your background. Did you always want to be a restaurateur?
No. Well, yes, but I didn't know it.
It's in your blood.
It's not. Yes, I think it was. I think ever since I can remember, my happiest moments as a family were going out to dinner. That's when you have an undivided attention of your parents. They listen to you. Everything's nice. People serve you. I always loved restaurants. I didn't know how much until I had a coincidental opportunity to participate in what at the time was a nightclub in Palm Beach, and I really loved the hospitality. I'm like, how fun, You can have a job where you have fun and you make people happy, and so I fell in love with it, and I consciously decided to do that. Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit earlier about just business is challenging. Running a business, opening a business, a lot of businesses fail within the first 5 years of business. You've obviously been able to be incredibly successful. So what are the key ingredients to to developing a restaurant and actually thriving in this kind of industry?
Well, if I knew for sure, I would write books and be a very rich consultant. I don't know. I think there's always a little bit of luck. And in our case, our success comes from the fact that we've always focused on our people, our crew, and our guests. And we've never thought of our venues in terms of profit. Right? Obviously, you need to be profitable if you want to stay in business. But the decisions we make are always made based on what makes our guests happy and what makes our staff happy. We live together almost, so we want to be happy. And it's my philosophy that naturally it'll trickle down, and we'll have a great product, and people will come back. Seems to be working so far.
I mean, absolutely. And putting people first, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, that is business, we spend so much of our lives working. Obviously, we want to create that type of environment for the people that are coming in and serving all the people here. So tell us, how do you find and attract really great talent and then keep them here?
That's another, if I had that solution also, and especially in today in this labor market, it's been a little more challenging since COVID, but this is exactly how we do it. First of all, we have leaders, we have a great management team that's able to just inspire the people that work with us. I think people are proud of the product that we put out. That's number one reason why people, I think, stay with their job, because they're proud of what they do. And we treat them well and we take care of them. And when we hire, we always make sure that I always interview almost everybody still that comes through the doors. And the only thing I do is I try to make sure that person's going to work with what I know the other people are, and that's worked so far for us. We've had fairly little turnover. We also have a seasonal crew that goes away up north every summer and comes back in the fall. So we're doing okay for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you're very intentional about creating a great culture. That's what it sounds like
Correct.
you're doing, obviously,
Yes.
is creating great culture, because great cultures attract great talent. And the fact that you have people that are coming back even seasonally, that's a testament to what you've created here, which is amazing.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So you've received a lot of really incredible awards. Is there any that you're particularly proud of?
Yes, I think the best awards are like the reviews that we get, from our guests. So our open table reviews.
I love that answer.
Some of the awards, I would tell you, I'm not sure that they're really awards. No, yeah, this is really what matters, and this is where we really pay attention. It's what makes us proud when we open our reviews in the morning and we see all 5-star reviews. That's that we know we've done our job. Yeah.
That's the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So you must have a lot of regulars that come in.
We do. We're lucky to be right next to a great theater next door, the Palms Drama Works, which every season brings their regulars. But we also have now so many downtown residents that come in, people from the island. We've created a really, really good following, and we're very proud of it. That's another sign that we're doing something right. People come back.
Yeah. And how do you collaborate with other business owners at restaurants and, like you said, the theater to really support each other?
We do. There's something really great about downtown West Palm Beach is there's a really healthy business atmosphere. We really have a good relationship with all the other restaurateurs, retailers, with the authorities. It almost operates like a village, and it's pretty cool. And that's part of why I think people see that. The food tour is a good example of that, where people bounce around and they can feel when they go to Pistache that, oh yes, I'm friends with Julian from Avocado Grill, and they see that connection, and it makes them feel safer about their restaurant choices. It's pretty cool.
What is your favorite part about being a restaurateur?
Well, I think it's just we are lucky to do a job where we are in people's special moments in their life, and if we do it well, we make them memorable. So we help people create memories. There's no price on this, and I think we're all a little bit addicted to that. I think that's really what makes it for me at the end of the day.
Oh, that's
easy.
so special. So you talk, obviously you create really wonderful moments for people. You actually have a beautiful back room that I'm sure lots of events take place. So share with us a little bit about some of the events that take place because there's not all restaurants have a really unique space where people can come and bring 75 of their closest friends.
True. We actually call it our main dining room because it's the largest dining room in the restaurant. And we use it for regular service on a daily basis. But yeah, we hold events up to about 70, 75 people. We do everything but weddings. That's one thing we don't touch. That's the one thing we don't want to ruin.
Why not, Thierry? No wedding? You're not going to be a wedding planner anytime soon?
No, thank you. But we do a lot of rehearsals. We do a lot of social functions, birthdays, but also a lot of corporate events, small, groups of 30, 40. We do cocktail parties in this room. Yeah, we've developed quite a good amount of group business. We've got a group business. Yeah.
So you're originally from France.
I'm from Bordeaux originally, yeah.
Amazing. And then you came here. Why open your restaurant in West Palm Beach, of all places?
Well, when I moved from France right after college, I came quickly to Florida, and I really loved it. I loved this area. I first came to Palm Beach coincidentally, but I ended up working in Miami and started another business in Miami. And I always came back here on the weekends. I really loved just the scope, the size. It's not too big. It's again, it operates a little bit like a village, but it's not. There's a lot of culture. We have great museums, and so I always loved it. And when I had the opportunity to move back here, that's when I started working in restaurants and hotels around here. I couldn't think of another place to open. Now, Palm Beach was sort of an automatic choice. At the time, West Palm Beach, and especially downtown, was not seen as a great destination for restaurants. But I think it was brewing. There was clearly the vision from the city. I always thought there was a crime not to have the city open to its waterfront. And when that vision came about, we wanted to be one of the first to invest in it. And it paid off.
Good decision.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, do you want to introduce our guest today?
Yes. Hey, Mike. This is Mike Burgio. He's our chef de cuisine.
Hello, Mike. Thank you so much for joining us today. You look very excited.
Oh, yeah.
We're so happy to have you.
Nice.
So tell us a little bit about your background.
I always just had a good work ethic. My father would, drilled it into us. So at a young age, it's like, oh, you want something? Go out and get a job and pay for it. So I started working in kitchens, and pizzerias, delicatessens, like every other kid in Long Island. That's the Long Island job for a kid when you're young, you're a boy, so, and it worked for when I was young, so I ran my first little pizzeria kitchen when I was like 14, 15, I ran my first deli at 15, 16, and then I got out of the restaurant business and I worked construction for about 7 years and decided to start a family and decided I need to make a change. So I moved down here to Florida, went back to culinary school, got my first real job in a restaurant, which that restaurant wound up pretty much developing my whole career. And that's where I started. And it just went from there, It's developing still. I still got some time.
I love that. So is your family in culinary arts?
Well, not really. My mother was, well, she's going to hate that I say this, but my mother was not what I would consider a great cook. She was a, normal housewife. My father's family was actually in the restaurant business before I was born. They had a lot of restaurants in New York and upstate New York. So my father actually knew how to cook, but in an Italian household when you're young, mom cooks the meals. So, but we'd go to my grandmother's for the holidays and it was like just a giant extravaganza, it's like you'd eat for hours and hours, course after course, start at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, not finish till midnight, and it's like grandma would start cooking 2 weeks before, so it's like, you don't have that anymore, it's like, it doesn't happen, but it's like, I always remember those, the family, everybody together, 20 people, with, just food, just everything you can imagine, all Italian back then, but, course after course, fresh food, My great grandfather had a farm upstate New York. Grew all the tomatoes for everybody's tomato sauce in the family. Raised chickens and rabbits and other things. And we go up there on the weekend, and he kind of terrified me once by having me pick the bunny that he put in the tomato sauce. But
Oh my God.
I'll
And look,
never forget that one. But now rabbit is one of my favorite things. So.
And now you're getting to feed all of these incredible people that come visit Pistache. What do you think makes this restaurant so special?
Well, it's a little upscale, but it's not pretentious. We have, the classics that you expect to get when you come to a bistro, French bistro. But then, we don't. That's not just our area. We focus on other cuisines. Almost everything with a French background. But there's, French food has so many different influences. So, you can go to Morocco, you can go to Mexico, you can go to, different parts of the United States. Everything has French influence. So, it doesn't, the days of the heavy sauces and tons of butter and fat, we still have all that. But then, that lighter cuisine, with more different flavors, herbs, spices, acid, so it's two different, it's almost like two different worlds, or that you're in. You can get that filet au poivre that it's great, it's very classical, but then you could get the octopus with a fergola that you're not going to see anywhere else.
Oh, I love octopus. So this is one of the top spots for brunch downtown West Palm Beach. What can people expect if they haven't come to brunch? Why do they need to come to brunch at Pistache?
Brunch here is, it's still, somewhat of a fine dining setting, but our brunch menu is, priced relatively good for the, average person. We don't do like every, like egg dish you can imagine. We have very select dishes that, we choose for different things. We do specials, and we take some of the classics and we reinvent them a little bit, and, we make them our own. And then, we do different specials on the weekends for, depending on what's available, and we just change it up. It's a nice setting. When the season's in here, you got the green market outside, so you can come down for the green market, spend a little time walking around, buy some stuff, come in, and have a nice brunch at a reasonable price, and if you want to get a little, you want to bring it to another level. We have a great selection of wines and things like that. So you can make it a special event, or you can just come in for a quick bite.
Something for everyone.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
How do you decide what's on the menu? Is there some collaboration happening, or is it all your
Always.
responsibility?
Well, there's collaboration. Terry. I come up with ideas, and Terry, will be like, oh well, this is, why don't we do this, or why don't we, there's always, there's always, it's never one-sided. It's definitely a team building thing.
Is there a dish that you've created that surprised you, in that either people loved it more than you thought or didn't love it as much as you thought?
That's easy. Salmon tartare we have here. I honestly, I'm not a salmon guy. I'm not a big salmon person, and like the salmon tartare they had before was very classical, and it's not something I personally would want, but I don't eat. I'm not a salmon guy. But so then I'm like, well, what can I do with this salmon? And I just started mixing. I just thought, oh, it's Florida. Let's go. A little off of the French route, and the salmon tartare that I absolutely never meant to keep on the menu. It's been on the menu for almost 3 years now, and it's one of those dishes that everyone who's never had salmon tartare, I have regulars that come in all the time, and I would never eat salmon, and now she orders it at least once a week.
Really?
Yeah, so it's one of those ones where I'm like, I want to change it so bad, but and sometimes when it's not broke, don't fix it. You can tweak it a little here and there, but don't change it too much because they come for it.
Okay, now everyone's gonna run to Pistache to try this tartare. Is there a dish that surprised you in any way?
That one was one of them. I mean, Mike always surprises me. He's got so much talent, and each time he comes up with tweaks on classics, I always think it's really creative. There's one dish that's not 100% French, although French cuisine in the south of France is very similar to Italian. It's our cavatelli pasta that we make very simple with black truffle. Each time I have it, I just melt. And it's like, oh, I know it's good. I've had it a million times. Each time I put it in my mouth, I'm like, wow, this is pretty good.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what makes up the best dish? Like when you're kind of putting together different flavors, like what are you looking for to create that really wonderful, perfect dish?
Really, it's balance of flavor. Salt, acid, fresh herbs. That little hit of spice. Some umami. Something to make it. But it has to still be balanced. I'm very heavy on the acid. Well, sometimes I got to pull myself back a little bit, but it's it's like it's the development of flavors. It's several dishes on our menu have a lot of different things going on in there that you wouldn't know about. Different spice mix for this, smoked shoyu for this, different herbs for this. So it's like our bronzino has like 12 different components that go into that one little salad. So that's really it's fresh ingredients, seasoned to perfection, balanced. That's it for me. I'm not looking for fancy twirls or. I just want you to come in and be like, wow, that tastes really good.
I love those dishes where it feels like you're eating it and it tastes so good and it seems so simple and you're like, how did they do that? How did they?
It's just development of flavors, and it's not something you can do in a kitchen at home. I mean, like I said, the bronzino has 3 different spice mixes on 3 different vegetables. So each one of those by themselves is just, but when you combine all 3 together with the herbs, the acid, everything that goes into it, it's not something you can easily recreate.
Who or what do you turn to for your creative culinary inspiration?
I mean, now I kind of do my own thing. I had my mentor was Zach Bell, who I worked for a long, long time. Like I would, I'd be like, before I'd be like, hey, what do you think about this? Or, always, he was always the person that I shot everything off of, and he was always the one who was like, well, you're a little crazy here, don't do that. Or you need this here, or add that here. Now I just kind of go off on my own, and, there's not a whole lot new out there with cooking. So it's like, you just have to try to reinvent, that's all, a lot of it comes out of just, necessity also. It's like, I can't get this product that I want, so I'm gonna make it now. We're just starting up our own charcuterie because I didn't like the product I was getting, so I'm like, yeah, let's try to make our own.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything that you wish more people knew about Pistache?
I mean, how great it is. But more than just Pistache, how great it is to come downtown West Palm Beach and eat. I think there's a lot happening in the suburbs, in Jupiter and Wellington. There's more restaurant options, but we still have a great, beautiful, walkable city, a beautiful waterfront, very accessible, lots of parking, and we have great restaurants. And Pistache, one of them.
Absolutely. Well, it's a beautiful restaurant. I absolutely love the aesthetic, the vibe, incredible dishes. You just can't go wrong coming to Pistache. And
Can't go wrong.
you have to come say hi to Thierry and Mike.
Please do.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
This has been so wonderful. Thierry, Mike,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.